Hello, welcome to the Goodfellas podcast. This is the Fellas series, our short series where we talk Q&As, what else viral videos. We
A bit of
do
advice.
advice, forfeits, challenges at some
All
point, which will all
that
be
sort of
coming.
thing. You might have seen Sean already get cake smash.
It was that, but we'll do a lot more of those, and I will get you back. But yeah, for today's episode, we've got "Am I the asshole?"
Okay.
kind of series. I've got a few examples,
Okay.
or I like kind of
Love it.
scenarios,
Am I the
should we
asshole?
say?
Yeah.
And it's things you might do in every day, you might have been involved with, or have had done to you
Yeah.
before, and
So
it's going
these
to
are
be
like on Reddit, aren't they?
so there's on Reddit. So there's going to be things. I'm just going to say what it is,
well,
and we'll just discuss our
yeah,
thoughts on it. Okay.
Let's dance.
So scenario one. Okay, we're talking the shared kitchen fridge.
Oh.
Okay. So for conflict, person A eats a clearly labelled food item belonging to person B in a shared fridge at work or home. Person A claims they were very hungry and assumed it was communal. Person B is furious. Right. So I've got an example of this, and it didn't happen to me, but it was at my old company, and I thought it was pretty bad. And a guy had his dinner. He had some pork pies in the fridge, right?
His specific pork pie.
His specific pork pie, right? A big. It wasn't little ones. It was a big Melton Mowbray pork pie kind of that.
Okay.
And one of the directors at the time
The arrogant
went in there and decided to take said pork pie and eat it, but leaving a note in the fridge saying, "I owe you a pork pie." And the guy's obviously gone to the fridge, and he's like, "Well, I'm ready for my lunch. 'Cause I'm starving. I got my pork," and his pork pie's not there. So,
I would be.
So do you think? Yeah, that's it. Would you be fuming? It's not communal.
That he's left a note.
Yeah. So he's thinking, like we just said there, it's not. Maybe it's not labelled. Okay. So in this example, it wasn't labelled. Not like marked pork pie, whoever it was.
Okay. Yeah. Because your example was.
It's not marked. Yeah. So we'll go with that. So it was unmarked. It's in. All right, the company's fridge where the milk is stored, and other people put all their lunches and stuff. But I wouldn't dare go in.
I would obviously understand that I haven't brought food in.
Yeah.
That's not mine. I'm not a prick. So I'm not just going to go in and just, oh, that's bad, man.
Yeah.
Now, the person who's pissed off about it is definitely, you're not an asshole.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
No, 100%. I mean, I suppose the other thing is then if you're person B in the example we've got, so you've labelled your food. Say, I don't know, you probably get this in student housing, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, university is definitely analog.
You know, you've labelled your food, you've put it in there. It says Sean's chili con carne, for example,
mate.
And then person A comes in. Oh, I'm gonna eat Sean's chili con carne.
That's fighting actions.
That it. And what about if you catch him eating it?
Yeah,
is that a scrap over the office desk?
I'd be like, what the fuck? Are you doing, sunshine? Yeah, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so I think that's a complete. Yeah, you're not. If you're person B and they've eaten your food, you're not the asshole.
No chance. No chance. Like what? Like it's the audacity that they're like lazy fuckers.
Yeah.
They can't buy or bring their own fucking food in. They take someone else's. Oh, I'd be fuming.
Yeah, I would.
Fuming.
Okay. Scenario 2 then. We've got the wedding plus one dilemma. Okay, so person A is invited to a wedding, but told no plus ones unless you're engaged or married. Person A wants to bring their long-term but not engaged or married partner and is pushing back on the couple.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, right. It's just because they're not engaged. What do you value someone's love because they're engaged or married?
Yeah, like
if they know, if they're pushing back because they know that couple they've been together like 4 or 5 years but not engaged. Like they might still live together, just not engaged.
I suppose it might depend on. You've got to think about
Relation.
Yeah. I think like obviously both were married, but like I think like our day we had like on my one I had like 50 odd people or something. I think it was something like that. I had 50 of people you could sit down for the wedding breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember how many it was for you.
We had 100 in day.
Yeah.
140.
So you think you set out all those tables, those plans. So I'm trying to pull it on the flip side of the married couple, and you're saying right, okay, Sean's married to Claire, right? Yeah. That's fine. Like, yeah, come along.
They're obviously.
Sean's going out with. Okay, it says long term. It depends. So I've been going out. I've got, or not me, but whoever has got a girlfriend for 3 years.
Yeah.
It's that kind of you're trying to fit the tables in, like
Yeah.
I suppose I was trying to think of it on that side. The married couple, like, oh well, they're married and engaged. We know they're going to be together for. Well,
But they
no,
don't.
you
know,
don't
do
know. I
they?
know.
They don't.
And then you got, oh, that's just his girlfriend or boyfriend. So that I think it'd be different. I think if it was a night time,
Yeah.
100%, yeah, come
Yeah.
along, yeah, whatever you bring,
Yeah.
whoever you're with, you bring it. But I
Yeah.
feel like I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying it might be a little bit different. People, the married couple, thinking differently if it's like the daytime something.
Yeah, I would feel
Like,
I'm just trying to think of my wedding, like there was loads of like girlfriends and boyfriends.
yeah,
A few from my friendship group. We didn't even bat an eyelid that they had to be engaged or anything.
yeah.
I
So
can sort of see the point of view. I wouldn't say anyone is an asshole, but I would side with the guest.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to give us the other side, what people think of.
No,
But
I
you
respect
do
that.
obviously get,
Yeah.
not my wife or your wife, but you do get those kind of bridezillas who would probably be a lot more.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be like, no chance.
Yeah,
Not even
exactly.
a +1.
Yeah, exactly that. Just go on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Scenario 3: the loud neighbor.
Oh.
The loud neighbor.
Yeah.
This guy right here. So person A has a neighbor who is consistently loud at unreasonable hours. Say playing loud music at night, for example.
Yeah.
Person A has tried to politely address it, but the neighbor hasn't changed. Person A is considering escalating the situation, maybe complaining to builder management or the authorities, police obviously or something like that. So, what do you think in terms of like neighbourly
It's
consideration,
always a tough one,
noise
isn't it?
pollution?
Yeah, I think like
Because remember my party? It was at my 21st or something in my back garden of my old house,
Yeah.
and the neighbour at the time
Yeah.
complained about the noise, didn't she, or something?
well, I mean, yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
like, we're
what?
celebrating 21st birthday. It was only like 10 o'clock at night, but
Yeah,
like, yeah. I
Yeah.
think like it says unreasonable hours. I mean, like say someone was playing on the guitar, they're practicing guitar. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
yeah,
All right,
that's unreasonable.
you've kindly asked them,
Yeah.
but they haven't changed.
Yeah, you just got to try and somehow.
Do you really escalate it and go
Yeah.
to like building management authorities and like noise pollution? Like,
What you got to do is try and somehow like get a copy of their key and like
yeah,
get into the apartment and just see that guitar go.
yeah, it's okay.
No, yeah, like I would try and resolve it myself. Well, look, come on, and then if you have to escalate it, you have to escalate it.
Take them into the UFC ring.
Exactly. Be like, look, if you beat
It's
me,
the only way to settle it. Yeah.
you beat me. You play music whenever you want.
Yeah.
But if you don't,
That's a good way of conflict resolution.
yeah, for scrap, yeah.
And it was always done back in the day.
Fair scrap.
Yeah.
I'd be like, but if you lose, and they would fucking lose, maybe not.
I mean, I've been quite grateful. I haven't had to deal with any loud neighbours or anything like that before.
Okay. Well, it's brilliant.
And no one's complained about, like, I've not, I don't do things at unreasonable hours in terms of play guitar or loud noise and stuff. But like, yeah.
There was one time where we're at because me and Liz, my wife, we used to live in like a garage flat of her mum's house, and it was like upstairs. We just got back from like I think it was her mum's 50th.
Yeah.
At the Bock Bar. We come back in the garden. I had to play this song. It was stuff like Sting and Police and that. So not even heavy. It was just like, I'm an Englishman in New York.
Yeah.
We were there. It was like probably 12 o'clock, and we were all screaming it, right? A few doors up, this guy just goes, "You shut the fuck up." And Ria, calling you out, Ria, she was like, "Oh, that's it." Went straight in like that.
Oh, right, okay.
Me, Liz, Corrine, and I think Beth was still out there. We were just like, "Yeah, you have a bit of Sting."
Yeah.
But it was a 50th though, like your 21st.
Yeah. I suppose it's like fireworks as well.
Mm.
Okay. Because I had it recently. Like we bought some fireworks. Right, and they were loud. Like we got them from a good shop, and they had like really good fireworks. And the first
you let them off just so it was a Friday.
No, when did we set them off? We set them off early on New Year's Eve.
Oh right,
because of the kids. Because of the kids.
Not a problem.
But the neighbours have got like rabbits and stuff and that. And
Yeah.
that's fine outside.
Yeah.
And the other neighbours. I was like, let's set them off. I am not kidding you. Like, I was like,
World War III.
yeah, it was loud. I was like, so I went round and I was just like, went to both of them and said, look, I didn't mention that we were going to set them off early. I know it's going to be 5 weeks later, but right next door it's pretty loud. Like, and they were like, "Oh no, don't worry about it. It's fine."
Right, okay.
And I was like, "Oh, we're going to set another ones on in a minute." Like, "Oh, all right, we'll come out the window and watch them." So it was all right, but I just felt obliged because of that. It was just,
if you get on with your neighbours, it's just nice to be respectful.
yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. So that was that one. Scenario 4 of a gift that wasn't appreciated. So person A puts a lot of thought and effort into a gift for person B, but person B seemed unimpressed or even negative about it. Person A is hurt and questioning whether they should bother with the gifts in the future.
Yeah, fuck you, person B.
Yeah,
Sure,
that's a big one, isn't it? Like,
yeah, that's a big one. Like, that's what we said about like friendship red flags.
yeah,
Like, if you've gone and got yourself got them, like, if I got you a really nice gift and stuff, you're like, is that it? I'd be like, mate, you fucking serious? Get the UFC ring right now.
yeah, let's go.
Like, yeah, no, that is massively disrespectful.
It is, yeah.
Unless, what if I got you a butt plug?
I thought you were going to say a Sunderland football shirt, and I was going to be like,
yeah, no,
then yeah, of course I'm going to be unimpressed.
Plugs, yeah,
it's like me buying you like a Liverpool Man City shirt.
Yeah. No, but
I'd expect you to be unimpressed.
But I got you that, and I thought it was a great gift. You're like, I've got a much better one than that, mate.
No, generally I'd be like, this has got to be a joke gift, isn't it? Why are you buying me a butt plug? Like,
I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, no, I think it depends on the gift, doesn't it? I suppose.
Well, yeah, no, it does. Obviously, if it's not a piss take.
Yeah, if it's not a piss take, yeah.
But usually, like person B.
Yeah, it would be, yeah. So if you're person A, you're not the arsehole for being hurt and stuff and that. Like you've put thought into it and that, yeah, it's person B. Because you do get certain people, is what I was going to think of as well. There's an expectation of potentially price of a present, let's say, and they might not know the price, but like I might just get you a small gift, but it means something. I might just get you a book on a podcast or something. Yeah. And I think, well, that's really good because doing a podcast, and I hadn't thought about the cost of it and stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And then like people are like, was that it? Like, oh, you've got me like a £15 book or something.
I think
they're thinking like, oh, fucking I should have like £100-200 gift or something. Yeah, you know what I mean? You'd probably do that.
I feel that's so shallow.
Yeah. So
no, not a fan of that.
If you've put the thought into it, it means something. Then the person you know should appreciate that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay. And then scenario 5, last one, is the unsolicited parenting advice. A person there who doesn't have children constantly offers unsolicited, sorry, get my words out, parenting advice to their friend, person B, who has a new parent, basically, is a new parent, sorry. Person B is feeling overwhelmed and annoyed by the constant input.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I'd be like, well, what's your experience with it? Like, who are you to say that to me?
Yeah.
Especially if, by the sounds of it, it's not helping. Like, or whatever advice they're giving. Like, I'd be like, it's almost like they're telling you what to do, but they got. And
I think you get it quite a lot. And I remember when it was, you had Bella's baby shower.
Yeah.
We went to that pub. It was upstairs, wasn't it?
Yeah,
upstairs. And you had they had the book to write stuff in. And I remember specifically, because I always thought this, and I've written that, and I was like, there's no advice that I would give you because and that's me with kids and stuff. And I know you get people like, oh, do this, do that, do this. And I literally, I remember writing in and I said, like, just do what feels right for you because you know what's best for your child.
Yeah.
Every child is different. There might be a different way of burping them, a different way of settling them down, anything like that.
Them comfort
I think I literally put that in. I said the only thing I said to buy was Ambersil, which is stuff for TV and stuff because that's like a godsend and that. But I was so I would even if you've got children or not got children, I still feel like, and I know they're doing it they might be doing it from a place they think, oh, maybe I'm trying to help them.
I don't think you can give your input unless you're asked.
Yes.
If you're asked.
So if you if you go like maybe to your parents or whoever and said, look, what's your advice on it? What's your opinion on this? How would I settle them? And they give it, you might try it. It might not work, but if they see something happen and you're trying to do something and then they come in, oh no, you're doing it all wrong. You should do this. You should do that. Yeah.
You put your back up. Yeah,
because it's your child, and like I said, you know what's right for your child.
Exactly, and there's no book on parenting.
No,
there is, but there's no real book on how you do it right. There isn't.
No.
It's
the hardest job in the world with no training, I was always told, and it is. So if you don't have kids yet, or you do have kids, you understand that it is the hardest job in the world without training.
But also the best.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just caveat that.
Yeah, just put that in there as well on that. that was it. That was the 5
Okay.
Am I the Asshole scenarios. So
You are the asshole.
it seems like you were person A in a lot of those. Or whichever one, you were the noise, yeah. Okay. But yeah, so
that's good.
that wraps it up for our little short series
I hope you
segment.
enjoyed that. We're going to be probably doing more
Little things.
assholes because we quite like reading them, reacting to them.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, and we will see you on the next one, everyone.
Cheerio.
See you there. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.